Oh dear. Clean up on eye 2. Fall creates some of the most gorgeous sunsets you could ever imagine, and I am going to give you my interpretation of a fall sunset makeup look. That's coming up next. Hey there, and welcome to Real Chicks TV. I'm your Real Chick Carla, and this is your home for all things beauty, fashion, makeup, skincare, lifestyle, and all those girly things for the woman over 40. If that's you, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the little notification bell next to it so that you will never miss one of my upcoming videos. I am very excited today because we are continuing our multi-collab of seasonal looks, and I am collabing today with Lori from All That Beauty with Lori, one of my favorite people and one of my favorite channels here on YouTube. Lori is just beautiful and knows makeup inside and out. You want to talk about a makeup aficionado who knows whether something's chalky, if it's good, if it's powdery, if it could be better. Lori is truly an aficionado who knows her stuff when it comes to makeup, and she also knows makeup application very well as well. So I am very much looking forward to collabing with Lori. I know she's going to create a beautiful look, so I will link her channel and her video down below, as well as a playlist that I have created of all of the lovely ladies who have participated in this collab. This is going all the way from autumn up until New Year's. So every single week there will be new videos added to that playlist. We're going to want to check that out each week and see who's new. And I'm also creating the playlist so that you can refer back to it and that you'll have the looks at your fingertips at any time. So I'm creating a sunset look for you today, and to save time, I'm going to go ahead and tell you the products that I already used, because I did half my face to start with and I already did my base. So I will tell you that I already used the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. This, by the way, is a dupe for NARS. I have a video on that. I'll link that for you as well. It's an exact dupe for NARS. So I used the e.l.f. foundation. Before I applied the e.l.f. foundation, I used the NYX Pore Filler Primer. I also used the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eyeshadow Primer. Classic Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. I used the e.l.f. new Under Eye Setting Powder. Not the one in the square container, but this new one in rose. This is an amazing powder because it doesn't settle into the fine lines and wrinkles as badly as this one does. This one I think they changed the formula on, so now I'm using this one and it's much, much better. Same price too. And I set my face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is new for me. I haven't used it. I know everybody talks about it, but this is new and I like it. And I also used the Maybelline Lasting Fix finishing spray as well. I can't talk today. This is why we call it Real Chicks TV, because everything is real, raw, and live, and I can't talk. So it's a good thing I'm putting on makeup instead of a lot of talking. So these are the products that I used off camera, and I also have handy my color cleaner for my brushes. This is a complete drugstore look. Everything is affordable from the drugstore, even the brushes. My brushes are all e.l.f. and Real Techniques and Eco Tools. So I'll have links to everything in the description box down below. What do you say we get started on this tutorial? For the eyes, we're going to be using this beautiful palette from e.l.f. This is a $10 palette. Yes, $10 with great color payoff. And this is called Summer Breeze. It may be called Summer Breeze, but look at those beautiful autumnal colors. We're going to use these to create our sunset eye. We're mainly going to be using the purple, the peach, and the pink. All right, so I'm going to start with an Eco Tools brush. All the brushes that I'm using are all drugstore as well, so everything in this tutorial is drugstore. And I'm going to start by going in with this fourth one in, this peach, this kind of pinky peach right here. And I'm going to use this fluffy Eco Tools brush, and I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it all over my lid, all the way up to my brow bone. That's just going to give us a nice wash and a nice base for what we're doing. And just kind of take it in circular motions and get it all over your eyelid, all the way up to your brow bone. I'm taking it up to my brow bone because I have hooded eyes. I'm not taking it up to the eyebrow itself, but I am taking it all the way up to the brow bone because we want that gradient wash of color to create that sunset eye. Now, I am not doing anything wild with this sunset eye. If you Google sunset eye look, or if you look online on YouTube for a sunset eye. You will find some that are absolutely stunning and gorgeous, but they're extremely bright. They're extremely neon. They're really out there and they look beautiful in pictures, but I just don't think that they're wearable, particularly for me as someone with hooded eyes, and particularly someone who's going to be 52 years old in about 2 months. You know, I'm not 19, I'm not clubbing, and I'm not Instagramming. So I think they look beautiful in pictures, but those looks to me are just not wearable. So what I'm trying to accomplish here is a wearable sunset eye for you. All right, we've got a pretty good base now. Going in with a $3 e.l.f. crease brush. I'm going into this peach orangey shade here. Loading up the brush. These lighter shades are a little powdery. Not bad, not too much kickback, but you are going to want to tap off your brush for sure. So I'm going to load that up. Now I'm coming here. If you have a natural crease and don't have hooded eyes, you would put this in your crease as your transition shade. But for me, I am taking it to my brow bone and creating where I wish that my crease was placed. Because my crease, as you see when I close my eyes, is way down here because my eyes are super hooded. My eyes have been hooded my whole life. If you look at my baby pictures, you'll see hooded eyes. And they're just getting worse as I go along. So we're using this orange to lay down to mimic that vibrant orange in a sunset. And I find that it helps to wiggle in circular motions. I also find that it helps to really just take your time with this. The first time I tried this, it turned out quite muddy because I rushed through it. So just take your time. It's not a hard look. Just requires a little bit of attention to detail. So we're just mixing that in with that pink and creating a nice gradient, just like you would with a sunset. Now I'm going in with a $1 e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. This works great. It's like a flat shader brush. And I'm going to go in with this purple shade here, loading that up. And this is going to go right on our lid up to our socket. This takes a little bit of time. This shade is not hard to work with. It blends out really well. But to pack it on and get the color intensity that you want takes a little bit of time. So just pack your patience when you're doing this look. And you can wet your brush if you want this to be a little bit more intense. Again, I'm going for a subtle look here. A nice autumnal plum and orange sunset, vibrant but wearable. You may have to load up your brush with this purple several times. That's okay. The nice thing about that too is that you can build it up to the shade that you want it to be. If you just want a wash of plum, that is perfectly fine. And if you want that wham bam bam purple, honey, you go for that wham bam bam purple. These are your eyes and you can do with them whatever you want to. Alright, I think I've got the lid pretty well covered. Now what I'm going to do is take the edge of the brush, taking it into the shadow, just on the edge and the side. And I'm going to come out to the side of my eye just a little bit on that outer corner and into the socket just a little bit. We're not creating a V, we're just intensifying just a little bit. Now because there is such a stark difference in our colors, we have orange, we have pink, we have purple, I want to make sure that they're very well blended. So I'm taking a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush and I am going along the top, all the way into the inner corner, and along the where that purple comes up and meets, and I am just blending. I don't want to make it muddy, so don't go with too hard of a heavy hand. I don't want to lose that gradient, but I don't want any harsh lines, and I want it to be nice and clean. And to really clean it up, I'm going to take some of my concealer and I'm going to go right in, right at the corner of my eye, and just pull that up and make sure that any shadow that may have fallen down or anything that may have drooped on my hooded eyes is lifted up. I want a nice sharp line. You can use tape, but for me, the concealer method, just taking it right at the edge of the eye and just pulling it at an angle, to me that's the easiest way to do it. And you can use any concealer. I'm just using the same one that I used under my eyes, the Maybelline Age Rewind, just so that they match nicely. Can you see a difference that cleaning up that edge made? Really just lifts those hooded eyes, keeps them from drooping down. Because if your shadow falls down, it pulls your eyes down. And we want to lift those eyes up. We want an instant lift. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Now we're going to go in with some mascara. Go ahead and finish off our eyes, and then we'll finish off the face. I am using the Essence Lash Primer. Everything I'm using will be linked down below. You always want to check out the description box, because not only do I always have the products linked for you, but I also always have discount codes for you, coupon codes, that kind of thing. So always check out the description box. This lash primer is the bomb. It is $5 at the drugstore, and it is the absolute bomb. I have the tiniest, most minuscule little lashes that you could imagine, and this primer really actually does something to my lashes. It actually makes the mascara work better. And that's what you want in a lash primer, but let's face it, we don't always get what we want when it comes to cosmetics, now do we? And I also have very sensitive eyes. This does not bother my sensitive eyes. I never use the word Holy Grail, but if I were to, it would apply to this. This is probably my Holy Grail mascara. This is L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This is in black, and I use the waterproof version. So I'm going to go in with a couple of coats of that. And of course, if you do have nice long lashes, you would have curled them before you applied your primer and your mascara. I never curl my lashes because I literally don't have enough there to curl. It just pinches my skin, and that's all that happens if I attempt to curl my lashes. They literally don't fit into the lash curler. How sad is that? Poor pitiful little lashes never had a chance in this world. But I am using a lash serum from City Beauty, and it does seem to be helping. I hope to have my full results from that for you soon. Oh, and I have a discount code for you for City Beauty too, so that's in the description box as well. And if you were doing this as an evening look, this would be gorgeous with lashes. I'm not doing lashes today, just because I want it to be a little more subtle, but it would be stunning with lashes. And also, if you don't have hooded eyes and you wanted to do some black wing liner, I've seen that a lot. Usually a sunset eye does have a black wing liner. It's absolutely beautiful. So you just do this however you wish. What I strive to do in my tutorials is inspire you to do what works for you. You don't have to do everything I do. I'm hoping to inspire you. Oh, I forgot something. I'm hoping to inspire you to do what works for you. Before I continue with the mascara on the lashes, this is called Real Chicks TV. Not everything happens perfectly in real time like it's supposed to. I'm going in with this purple on the side and the top of the brush. And I knew I forgot something. I'm sitting here going, what did I forget? What did I forget? I forgot to line underneath my lash line. So I'm going to do that real quick, smoke that out a little bit. mascara looked wonky. Okay, that's better. Carry on, much better. Now we can finish up with our mascara. Using this $2 eyebrow pencil from e.l.f. Yes, it's $2. It's one of the best-selling eyebrow pencils in the country, and there's a reason for that, because it is incredibly good. So I'm going to finish off this eyebrow to hopefully get it to somewhat look like the other one. Now, the trick, if you have hooded eyes, you're going to start out at a slant, you're going to come down here at the bottom, and when you get to the tail, your natural inclination is to follow the tail and go all the way down. Instead of going all the way down, you're going to take it and take it to the side a little bit with a little bit of a flick. You're not drawing a line, but instead of bringing it down, which is just going to bring your hooded eyes down that much more, you're flicking it out to the side just a little bit, and that's going to give us a lift again, and that's what we want, is to lift those hooded eyes. A little bit of an arch, not too much. I don't want anything phony or fake, not going for Betty Davis eyes here, although she did have some eyes, didn't she? Let's see if I have anything remotely looking close to sisters here. Eyebrows are sisters, they're not twins. In my case, they're usually cousins, distant cousins at that. I am using this Aqua Beauty bronzer and blusher from e.l.f. This is called Bronzed Pink Beige. It is from their Aqua Beauty line. It's absolutely gorgeous. This is very similar to many of the duos that you find with NARS, and this is a lovely, lovely combo. I'm going to use this to both blush and contour with. So again, using an e.l.f. brush. This is an e.l.f. blush brush. This has a gorgeous cream to powder finish. And I'm just going for a little bit. I just want a little bit of a wash on the top of my cheeks. I don't want a real heavy blush look, because I find as I'm aging, the lighter I go on my blush at the top of my cheeks, I don't even bring it onto the apples, but the lighter I go on my blush, I find that to be a more youthful and fresh look. So that's what I'm doing, just one swipe. And now I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. contour brush, going over to the product on this side, to the bronzer, to the contour. And I am going to come down here in the hollows of my cheeks. And using a real technical term, I'm just going to wiggle that contour in so that it meets the blush. And now I'm going to take my brush and just kind of swirl them together so that they're married up. Again, no harsh lines. And if you find that you're having trouble with harsh lines and you don't want them to be totally separate, because you want your contour obviously to stand out as contour, or your bronzer to stand out as contour, but you don't want stripes, right? So if you find that you are getting stripes, I like to take a Real Techniques blush brush or powder brush and just kind of blend them together. I'm going to use a little bit of highlight on the tops of my cheeks. This is by Wet n Wild, and this is called Golden Flower Crown, and this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow, and I'm using a Real Techniques brush, loading that up, and I'm just going to put it right on top of the blush at the tops of the cheeks, not going heavy. Don't want a real heavy contour. Don't want a real heavy highlight. I don't want to be beaming. Normally I like to be beaming, but today I want to be a little more subtle. Don't want to be beaming. Oh, don't you love it when you're in the middle of a tutorial and your eye starts watering and ruins all the work you did? Oh, what fun! Whew, Lord have mercy. See if we can save this. All right, I'm just going with it. I'm just going with it. I'm just going with it. And I'm using another Wet n Wild product for my lips. This is the Liquid Catsuit, the liquid lipstick in Liquid Catsuit, and this is Give Me Mocha. And I think this is a very nice autumnal color that just kind of works well. It's like a dark brownie nude, and it just works well with all the other colors that we have going on. Has a great applicator to it. This is quickly becoming an iconic liquid lipstick, and it's only been out for a couple years. Because I've only had my YouTube channel for 2.5 years, and it came out since then. Oh, isn't that pretty? Looks very autumn, very fall. Nice thing about the applicator on this is you can kind of line your lips as you go. And to finish everything up, using that same contour brush from e.l.f. and using this same blush and bronzer palette from e.l.f. I'm going in, loading up, and I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to paint underneath to contour my chin. I have a lot of loss of elasticity. I have lost 60 pounds, 60 pounds. And with that, I'm getting some loose skin down there. So I want to camouflage some of that. And this is how you're going to contour and camouflage that. No, it doesn't take it away, but it does help with the double chin and loss of elasticity. I'm basically just painting this contour on, bringing it down the neck so that I don't just have a big brown stripe. And anywhere where I see flesh underneath my chin, I am filling that in with the color. We're creating a shadow and making that recede. That's the point of contour. And I'm also going to contour along my jawline a little bit. Bringing it down to blend it. You have to be careful because you don't want to create a line of demarcation that looks like your foundation ended. Just want to blend that in. Connecting it with what we did under our chin here. Just sculpting out that jawline a little bit. And just blend that on in. Now can you see what a difference that makes? I always forget to do it, but it makes such a huge difference when you do. All right, I think that is everything. So, see if we can do something with this hair here. Not taking bets on that today. And there you go. My version of a sunset eye, a more muted sunset eye for the fall season. I hope you like it. I hope you like the finished product, my version of a more muted sunset eye. When I was putting on the first half of my face, I asked Big Daddy to come take a look to make sure I didn't have anything all wonky or messed up or anything. And he looked at me and said, "It looks very autumnal. Is that the look you're going for?" And I said, "Yes, it is. Thank you." So maybe we did manage to land a fall makeup look for you after all. So this is my version of a muted sunset look for fall. I hope that you like it. And be sure to check out the playlist down below of all of the ladies participating in this seasonal collab. And a big thank you and heartfelt hugs, love, and kisses to Lori from All That Beauty from Lori, All That Beauty with Lori. I'll have her channel linked down below and her video as well. And I can't wait to see her interpretation of a fall seasonal look for you. I know you're going to love it. And I love you dearly. Thank you so much for joining me today. It always makes my day that much more special when you keep me company and when you're a part of it. I'm Carla. This is Real Chicks TV. And until next time, much love to you. Bye-bye. Keep your head, heels, and standards high.